Hi, Lotte.
Hi.
How are you, my beautiful friend?
Good. It's so good to see you. 9 hour time difference, but we're here, so it's great.
I know. Thank you so much for making the time.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
for the people who don't know Lotte yet, Lotte is a dear, dear friend of mine, which I met in London. She is an absolute power woman, originally from Holland, but I let her tell her story in her own words. Lotte.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm originally from Venlo, which is a small town in the southeast of Holland. And so, yeah, I went to a drama school in Holland, went to Amsterdam for that. I trained dance as well. So I studied for quite a while. And then when I left drama school, I pretty much immediately started working in international production. So I did a Irish Dutch film, which sort of started my career. And then I ended up ultimately moving to first to New York and then to LA. And that's almost 12 years ago. So I've been traveling a lot for work. I've shot in many different countries in the world, and the irony is that the work is rarely ever where you live. So I live between London and Los Angeles, and yeah, the work is just never where you put your roots. So I'm traveling a lot.
Wow, what a life. And so I can say confidently say you are a Hollywood actress. You're a well-known Hollywood actress and you're just absolutely incredible. I have seen you in several shows, Netflix series and movies. But tell us which one was your favorite and how did that make you feel to just see yourself, or how did it feel the first time you saw yourself on screen and your family or your friends were tagging you and saying, "Oh my God, this is Lotte."
Um, I mean, it sort of it kind of goes gradually, so it's not like it's a one day to the next sort of thing. But I you know, my favorite show I've worked on or film is not necessarily the most recognized one. So Outlander is a big show I've been on for a couple of seasons. So that would have been the most recognizable thing that most people know me from, and that most of my fans are from. Um, but you know, I really liked that first movie I did, Nothing Personal, which was a small, you know, Irish Dutch co-production, and it was just two actors, Stephen Ray and myself, and that was it. And it was a very small, intimate film. And you know, I kept doing that over the years. I've always still done European cinema as well as yeah, sort of bigger American TV and film. I have a film right now that's on Netflix that is called The Coldest Game, and it is Netflix now, but it started as a Polish production. So it was shot in Poland 2 years ago, and you know, that's again one of those things. It's, you know, it's a European production, but it ended up being on Netflix, and now it's seen around the world.
That's so interesting. So is that the movie that you told me about that you needed to learn that accent?
No, not for that one. I mean, I've done several accents over the years. So in Outlander, it's Scottish. I've done Hungarian for Agent Carter. Um, in that one, it's American, and I do American on the Blacklist as well. So yeah, over the years, I've done different accents, and that's kind of what you get as a European actor in LA, in Hollywood, that you get asked to do accents quite often. So.
Wow, that's fascinating. So, as because I'm obviously not an actress and I probably will never be, but the thing is just how is it to learn lines? Is it that difficult? Because I assume when you get the script, it's quite a Bible. How do you do it?
Can be. I mean, it depends on the production. So, you know, how wordy the character is, but and it's a bit of a muscle. It's like, you know, you're studying again, right? So it really is about, if you haven't studied in a while, it's probably going to be, you have to warm up a little bit. But if you do it often, um, you just develop a muscle for it, and you remember words really quickly. And if it's well written, it helps as well. So.
Oh, very good. Well, that's exciting. So, so right now there's obviously, well, that was, if I may say, it's a bit pre-corona, you know, when you say you
Yeah.
traveled a lot and you do all of these amazing things. And I'm just so privileged to call you a friend because you're also very mindful. You're also doing, you taught me actually the, what is it called again? The breathing technique.
Oh, Wim Hof. Wim Hof is amazing. I'm so glad you're doing it. I'm so glad you're doing it. How
It's
do you feel when you do it?
It's so hard. I actually got the app on my phone and I'm doing it with my kids. They are
Oh,
better than I
amazing.
am. It,
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah. So I started doing Wim Hof about 2 years ago. So it's basically, the breathing technique where you boost your immunity by over oxygenating your body. And it's such a simple thing. And what I love about it is the simplicity of oxygen is available to most people. And so, everybody, it gives access to everybody to really improve and boost your health and your immunity. And, we know so little about this virus. We're really scratching the surface. But this is one of the things that you can do to help yourself feel healthy, feel confident about your health. And I mean, I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and I haven't gotten sick since. So I would really recommend everybody do the Wim Hof breathing. He's known as the Iceman. And he's a Dutch guy who, developed this whole way of looking at health, of taking ice baths, which I'm actually going to do next week because there's snow here in California. So I'm going to go and take a drive to the snow and actually go and lie in the snow in my bathing suit. That's what I'm planning to do.
So was that because on Instagram, obviously, people please go and follow Lotte's Instagram and also her TikTok now, where she does her amazing dance moves. But the thing is, was that kind of like the training when you were swimming in the little river in the forest?
Yeah. So I went to a forest, and this is molten snow. So basically, it's spring, the snow is melting from the high mountains here in California. And so the little waterfalls, it's pretty cold water, and it wasn't deep. It was just, a shallow little waterfall, but still I went over and I did lie down there for a bit to just expose myself to the cold. And if you think of it, we've all taken cold showers at some point, or I jump into the ocean whenever I can, and it so boosts your circulation. It's so good for your skin, for your heart. It's incredible. And of course, you have to sort of bite the bullet. You have to go through the, sort of challenging feelings of cold. But I finish my shower every morning with a minute of cold. And it's never pleasant initially. You're always like, why am I doing this? But you have to just stick with it. It's a discipline. And then I now still feel blood rushing through my body because it's just so invigorating. So I'm super passionate about it. I'm glad you asked.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you inspired actually my son Gabriel when I showed him. And 2 days ago, we were swimming in the little lake here, which comes also from the mountain down next to our house.
I'm so glad.
It was so nice. And he just loved it. And he said, oh, that's such a good idea what Lotte did. Can we do it, Mom? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And it was really cold. I was like, okay. So, no, it's just nice, during these COVID-19 times, specifically to see how everyone is coping. And I think some of your coping mechanisms, what you have been suggesting, is just so helpful. And that's why I think it's so important that we speak about that as well, because, a lot of people just don't know how they can keep sane, because I think the Wim Hof method is also good to keep yourself sane. It's kind of a meditation, get to know your body, know your limits. Like it's just all in one, really, the package. And a cold shower, everyone has a shower at home.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone has a shower. Everybody can, most people can breathe. So oxygen is available to everybody. If you think of it as the first thing a baby needs when they come out, when they're born, you check for their breathing. So oxygen is such an underestimated thing in our health. We all take supplements. We all take, we all exercise and stuff, but proper breathing. I also do breath work, for example. I have a coach here in LA. She does it via Zoom. So I did a session yesterday. And, breath work really releases a lot of, have you done it?
No.
Oh my gosh. I'll send you the link because you should join her. She's incredible. And it really, so basically you also in some ways over oxygenate your body. So what happens is that a lot of emotions that we store somehow during the day, or because we're too busy, or because it's just not convenient to do something with them, or you just don't know what you really feel, they get stored in your body. And I noticed, for example, this week that I had some real frustration about the situation that I was just having to deal with. But you have so many things to do. And then, so if you do the breath work, it comes out, you release the emotions. And that's actually very close to the work we do as actors as well. I'm a member at the Actor Studio, and there is the relaxation. Relaxation is a huge part of it. And so you access it through breathing as well. So basically, you drop into your body by really connecting to your breath. and then you start letting out whatever feeling comes up through sound. You start sighing, you start yawning, you start maybe, you know, I always get teary-eyed when I'm yawning, and then easily you get into your emotions, whatever they may be in the day. But it's just a way to really connect to ourselves. And there's some of the, you know, these practices are just so precious. They're so incredible.
Well, that's good to know. I will definitely check it out with my kids as well, because
Yeah,
I think, you know, you're never too young to start realizing your emotions.
yeah, true.
And, you know, and my kids, also the environment, well, they have the life with me and they have the life with their father. And the life with their father, they can't always express their emotions.
Yeah,
And I think also as they are boys,
yeah,
I think this could be really helpful. I will definitely check it out with them.
yeah, yeah. Amazing,
That
amazing.
sounds amazing. So going over then to post-corona kind of thing. How are you studying at home at the moment? Do you have some cool scripts that you're practicing for when you need to do auditions? Are auditions online now? How does it work?
They are online. I haven't done a lot of them, also because productions don't have start dates. So yes, some auditions are still happening, but productions just don't know when to start. And if you think of it, you know, I read an article recently about a prediction about how Hollywood is going to be after this. And of course, you can protect many people behind the scenes with masks and gloves and, you know, whatever, but actors will be exposed. And I mean, think of actors there's no scene in which actors are at 6 feet apart, because that's the point of, you know, two people interacting. It's usually, and there's intimate scenes, there's so many things that, and if you think of an actor getting sick on set, production pretty much has to stop. So it's such a liability. So we can't really tell when Hollywood is going to open up again. One thing is for sure, if there's ever a time when we realize that storytelling is quite important to our lives, it's now, because we all watch our shows and our movies at night, don't we?
Yeah.
So so yeah, hopefully soon. I don't know, we'll see.
Well, I make sure I put some links to Outlander below. Our time has already passed. So I know, I just love talking to you, but I call you tomorrow for sure. And we have
yes, please, let's do that. I would love that.
But last question to you, if I may. What would you tell people who are looking at this in moments of Corona? We're all on lockdown. You know, some days are better than others. But we want to just hear positive things. What do you have to share on your side?
First of all, I'm also not always positive. Look, we all struggle with this. I think we all experience emotions a little bit deeper and through a spying glass. So I'm sometimes amazed at how big my emotions can get. However, you see the pole behind me?
Yes, I didn't want to ask, but can I?
You can. And a pole is just one way. It's just one accessory. For me personally, dancing is, and look, I am a dancer, and I love music. I love moving to music, even if there's no choreography, just freely moving. And I think it's such a great way to keep connecting to ourselves, to keep uplifting ourselves. You can follow a class on Zoom. There are various teachers, you know, teaching. But for me, movement, and some people really are stuck in the house where they are not allowed to even leave the house. You know, there's various degrees of quarantine, and but so this is one of the things you can do. You can just move in your house, whether it's, you know, to some music or just no music at all. Or but for me, if it wasn't for movement, for example, I also take drives. I jump in my car and I take beautiful drives through the mountains here in California, and it just gives me life. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do without it, you know. So for me, I think the key word is movement. Yeah, to keep moving somehow.
Very nice. Well, I make sure I introduce you as well to Julian Hugh, a friend of mine. She is the inventor of Kinergy with Oprah. And it's all about movement, and it's about fire, water, air, all kinds of things. Like it's incredible. So I will try and introduce you both together because she's in LA as well. And until we speak tomorrow, I wish you a beautiful rest of your day, because you're just starting. We're finishing here. And love you and miss you so much. Thank you for your time.
And thank you for uplifting me. You're such an uplifting soul.
Mwah.
Ciao.